Uh, if we want to find the root of quadratic equation, that is the ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0, we can use the factorization method computing the square of formula. So the question is, when we need to use the factorization, when we need to use the formula, and when we need to use the computing the square. So we look at the question. Okay, you think that it can be used factorization, then we will use factorization. If you think that you cannot do the factorization, then you just use the formula. So when will we use the computing the square? When the question asks you to do the computing the square. Okay, or in the exam they ask you to write this one to the vertex form. Then only we do the computing the square. Okay. So why we don't do the computing the square? Because actually the formula we have the x equal to the negative b plus minus square root b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. This formula is actually we do the computing the square to the general form, then we get this formula. So we look at this, we have the ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0. So all item I divide by a, divide by a, divide by a, divide by a. Then it will become x squared plus b over ax plus c over a equal to 0. Then we have the x squared plus b over x plus b over 2a squared minus b over 2a squared plus c over a. So we have this one multiplied with half. That is the b over a multiplied with half. Then it will become b over 2a. So the b over 2a here is actually this and this. So for these three terms, we combine, we will have the x plus b over 2a square is equal to b over 2a square minus c over a. So I move this to the right hand side. So we have the b square over 4a square minus c over a. So we want to have the same denominator, so I multiply with 4a here. Then this one will become b squared minus 4ac over 4a squared. Okay, so this is equal to this. So we want to find the value of x, so the square we move to the other side. X plus b over 2a will be plus minus square root of the b squared minus 4ac over 4a squared. So the denominator part, the square root for 4a squared is actually 2a. So we have the x equal to negative b over 2a. We move this to this side. Plus minus square root b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. So we have the formula x equal to negative b plus minus square root b squared minus 4ac, and the whole thing divided by 2a. So the mathematician at first they don't know the formula. Then they have to find the roots using the computing the square. When they do the doing the computing the square again and again, then they found that look like they have some pattern. Then they use the ax squared plus bx plus c to do the computing the square, then they get this formula. So actually the formula is from the computing the square. Okay, so we will never use computing the square to find the root for quadratic equation. Unless in the exam, the question say use computing the square to find the roots, then we have to use computing the square lah. Otherwise, we do the factorization. If cannot do factorization, then we use some formula. We will never use computing the square.